Hi there, I'm Bill Erickson. I'm the head technician here at the Eco Lounge Freeride shop, and we're going to explain a few things about snowboard grinding and why and how. Basically, the reason why is from excessive use that has rounded off the base edge material beyond its ability to cut easily into the snow while you're snowboarding. So both skis and snowboards like to maintain what's called a 1-degree bevel in the base edge. Once you've used the ski or snowboard a bunch of times, that wears off beyond that tolerance, and you can no longer easily edge the ski or snowboard. So we put it over a stone grinder and a belt grinder first to condition the board, get it back flat. So now we have a flat board, flat edges. We can reintroduce the 1-degree bevel to the base and do the same with the side edge, put wax on it, and it's ready to be used again. And what I'm showing you next is starting out with the base grind on the belt of the stone grinding machine. This is what's called an inline snowboard wide belt stone grinder combo. So it has a abrasion belt that is cooled with water. Once you've done necessary passes over the belt, then you bring it to the stone grinder. The stone grinder actually machines or cuts microscopic grooves into the plastic of the base, allowing water to transport away and allowing wax to soak in better so that you have a more durable, longer lasting tune on your ski or snowboard base. So we'll get started. So this snowboard here, this particular board has seen a lot of use, and you can tell it's got lots of scratches, it's got some edge damage, it's got a little bit of base damage that's been covered up. A lot of people would think this board may be beyond its usable life, right? But it's amazing what some edge work in a stone grind can do to any snowboard or ski. It can certainly put the life back into it enough to get you through early season when there's still lots of low coverage and rocks and things that you're going to hit out there anyway. But you got to have a good, clean edge and a smooth base surface or finish for it to turn easily, to glide well, to be fast in fresh snow and whatnot. And so to get started with that, we do a belt grind, base belt grind. 3 or 4 passes is common, but you're going to do however many passes it takes to get the board flat so that the base material is the same elevation as the base edge material. And then you can go forward from there with stone grinding and edging. Okay, I got my belt grinder running. It's got water applied to it. We don't burn the base. This has a feed wheel. The feed wheel is softer than the underlying belt. It's going to grind mostly the base edge, and it's going to get a little bit of the edge material as well. All these machines have a weight system for the feed wheel, so it puts a certain amount of downforce on the ski or snowboard. You want that downforce to produce just a bit of sparking off the edge. That lets you know that you're grinding into the base edge material as well as the base itself. I inspect the base edge as I go through my sequence of passes, and I'm looking for a reveal that the abrasion has occurred along the edge. And it's just starting to happen on this board, so it may take a few more passes here. So now we've belted the board, and this particular snowboard has what's called an extruded base material. There are 2 types. There's sintered and extruded. Sintered bases are much harder, and therefore they hold wax longer. They also hold up to abrasion, and the durability of them is much better. And so you'll find these on the more expensive snowboards and skis. Extruded bases often need more base tuning or base grinding like this because it is a little bit softer material. And so the abrasion of skiing or snowboarding puts a lot of surface irregularities that can make the board feel real slow, and it doesn't let it accept wax as well as when it was new. So now that I've done the belting, I'm moving the machine over to use the stone grinder. And the stone grinder will actually, instead of tearing or abrading the material like any sandpaper does or any belt, it will actually incise microscopic incisions all up and down the base of the board. Those incisions can be altered depending on how you dress the stone. The stone is a composite material, and it's dressed using a diamond head. The carbide diamond puts a pattern based on how fast the wheel is spinning and how slow or fast the diamond dresser travels across this distance as this spins. That produces what's called a pattern, stone grind pattern, and you'll see that in a lot of nice high-end skis or snowboards where it's a chevron shape or maybe a bell curve that you can actually see incised in the base material. This works much like a radial car tire, where when the snow surface has been micro-melted from the rider traveling over the snow, it creates a microfilm of water from the friction melting the snow. And just like a radial car tire, once that water film is between you and the mountain, those incised patterns help evacuate it off to the edges. Conversely, in cold snow, when the crystals are real sharp and aggressive, it quickly breaks up those crystals and allows you to break through that friction so you can slide effortlessly over the snow. This also helps skis and snowboards turn better. So it's not just about making the ski or snowboard go faster. Getting a good pattern with plenty of wax on the base actually makes skiing or snowboarding easier because the board can turn easier. And that's probably more important than the ability of the wax or board to go fast, is its frictionless turning ability. So we'll do that next here. We'll probably do one more pass here, and this thing will be ready to edge and wax. Alright, so in just a few short minutes, I've put the belt and stone grinder over the base of this snowboard. And this is a very hammered board, and although it's not new, it has a much smoother and flattened base surface. And so now it just needs some edge work and some wax, and this poor old baby will be ready for some fun on the mountain. And we've got a nice machine here, got a brand new stone ready for this winter, and we tend to do most of our edge work by hand here because it prolongs the life of people's equipment, and it gives you the ultimate control in doing finite edge work rather than just hogging the edges through machinery. Machines do a pretty good job, but they can't always pay attention to the fine details, every linear inch of the edge material as you're working it. And we like that here. That produces a better tune. It gives the technician better control over how sharp, the bevel angles he wants to produce, and mostly it keeps from taking excessive material off the equipment that shortens its life dramatically. Most ski and snowboard edges are a couple millimeters wide. Once you put them through an edge grinder, half dozen times or more, they're really susceptible to rock damage after that. And so we like doing all the edge work by hand here at Eco Lounge, and we're proud of it. We do great work. We use the best machines and materials, and we're all about getting people stoked for the snow.